Welcome to Fargo Talks Fargo, an unofficial podcast on the FX television show. Fargo Talks Fargo is hosted by me, Bill Lempe, and my buddy Sharpie. Sponsors for this season of Fargo Talks Fargo are TAG, celebrating Fargo and the Midwest community through t-shirts, art, and graphics. For more information, visit tagfargo.com. And Fargo Brewing Company's Wood Chipper India Pale Ale with its bold hop flavor and velvety body. Grab a pint or visit them online at fargobrewing.com. Good evening, Sharpie. Here we are. We just finished episode 8, The Heap. How are you?
Yes, we're getting towards the end. I'm kind of getting a little bit excited and a little bit sad at the same time.
I know, I feel you.
Bittersweet.
Yeah, it's heavy enough that I have poured myself a glass of Jameson.
Oh, it's a big glass, dude.
It is. It's delicious.
Dang, I should have had that.
Well, you still could. We could make
Hold
it.
on,
we could
2
stop and we could do a time jump if we need to. No, Hawley doesn't have the. Oh. Was that you doing a fake thing where you dart out of the screen and come back? It was like watching the trees go by.
It wasn't fake. I really went and got a glass of Jameson.
Yeah.
You don't understand the power of audio, Bill.
It's amazing. I don't know where to start other than to say spoilers in this one. If you are not caught up, definitely, most def, do not listen to this.
Well, that's correct.
Fair?
As most of you might know, if you're listening to this, you're listening to the Hotdish, which is our quick recap of tonight's episode of Fargo. It's not going to be a full in-depth recap. It's just going to be the Hotdish. Quick thoughts. First of all, Lester.
These are our holy shit moments.
Yeah, Lester is just a pimp. He is just a confident man right now.
You hook up with one widow, and it turns you into king shit.
Yep. So do you suppose his brother? Well, we can get to that later. So Lester's got the confidence. Gus Grimley hits Molly with the loaded gun for the second time. Ew.
Ooh. Well, I was gonna say I was gonna say Lester not only has confidence, but he has a new washing machine.
Yeah, that's right.
No more dirty laundry for Lester.
That's right.
Or at least so he thinks.
He's cleaning out his closet.
Yeah. There's a lot of little things we lead up in the beginning here. Just little tidbits we get until we hit this like major shift in the show. And I feel like they were all very important parts to let us know before that the event happens, this time shift. Mm-hmm. But I have this almost inability since I just watched it to like remember a ton about what happened before the time jump.
I know. We're like,
you know what I mean? Like I know we got to check in with Lester. Gina's pissed. Bo Monk's in the background. Thanks again to Tom Musgrave for having a chat with us last week. That was super fun. And we edited that into a whole special episode of Fargo Talks Fargo.
I love that he's just in the background, just like cowering. And he was, and he had no lines in the episode whatsoever, and he's barely in the shot. I just love that he was there specifically for like a blurry, like out of focus shot of him kind of like weaseling around in the background.
He's like, oh shit. He's going to go hide in the bathroom any minute. That's totally Bo Monk.
But we did get to see Gina again for maybe our last time.
Thank God. Not thank God we got to see her for the last time. It's always nice to see Kate Walsh.
Yeah, right. Could have gone without her.
We get to see. No, well, yeah, but if we didn't have the brothers Hess there, how else would we have seen Lester get all badass with a stapler?
I guess it was worth it for that reason.
Yeah,
and everybody wanted to staple those kids' faces.
Yeah,
the brothers Hess.
So we might as well just tell people right now, stapler. We have a deal going on. This is the smallest part of our show that's going to be an ad. We have great sponsors in Fargo Brewing Company and TAG here in town, and if you want to know more about that, go to fargotalksfargo.com. But Fargo Brewing, every week during the Hotdish, we release a special code word. We'll mention it again tomorrow night in the full recap. But
Yep.
if you are in Fargo or in our local area, go to the tap room,
Mm-hmm.
Fargo Brewing's tap room. Go to fargobrewing.com to find their place. And if you go into the tap room and you say stapler when you order a pint of beer, or as we have also found out via Twitter today, get $1 off a growler too.
That's right.
Just say stapler. You
Just
do it
say
during happy hour,
just
though.
Say stapler.
You do it during happy hour, your beer is now $1 off, plus the $1 off for saying stapler. So that's $2 off. Holy smokes! So there's the ad. Done. Let's move on.
That's practically free.
Yeah, darn right.
Stapler.
You're darn tootin'. You're
What do
darn
you gotta
tootin',
say?
Sharpie.
For Pete's sake, say
Oh,
stapler.
for Pete's sake. For Pete's sake, if you just say stapler. You want me to? I'll do a car count. Anyway,
Stapler.
stapler. I feel like this show has really like set a new tone for us.
Now, is that a swing line or what you got there?
It definitely was not from Storage Room B. So we have a time shift. Okay, so Gus is in the car setting up a hot date for some lumberjacking, log jamming. Wait,
Yeah,
no, that's from.
That was later on in the evening.
That's a
Wait,
completely different thing and a completely different movie. But seems like it could be headed that way. I have to admit that creepy pan. Hats off to whoever directed that episode. That pan. I just kept thinking, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Lauren's gonna be like in the bushes.
Yep, with a sniper
with his
rifle,
one-man wolf pack,
1.2 miles away.
Yeah, and is gonna just. Here's the end of Gus Grimley. But nope, it was just one hell of a MF transition. To 1 year later.
Hold.
Wait for it. Steady.
Hold.
Yes.
1 year
It was
later.
brilliant, and the music, the score, and just they knock this shit out of the park. Sometimes these guys do.
The score is unreal.
Oh god, that's some good whiskey. Oh wait, can I backtrack 1 second? Fantastic work, as well by what's his name, Russell Harvard, who plays Wrench.
Yep.
Fantastic. Love that scene where he throws him the key and basically offers him a job, which, by the way, I think he takes in the future. We'll come to that tomorrow night on the recap.
Okay. Yeah, I have some thoughts on that as well.
We could talk about that. But here we are. We're in the future. Lester is Salesman of the Year.
A lot's happened in 1 year.
He's already remarried.
Yeah.
What a dick move.
He's remarried. Gus and Molly are married and pregnant. He's a mailman. His dream job. Let's not forget a lot of things have happened for the Grimley household in 1 year. And then Lester, Salesman of the Year, remarried.
He's got nice suits on, glasses. He even has a better haircut. Did you notice that?
Yeah, he does. He does have a better haircut. Everybody has a better haircut.
Lester is just a sexy motherfucker.
This was the episode of haircuts because Molly had a haircut. I don't know about Gus. We'll just assume he did. Lester had a haircut. Lauren had a haircut. Gus's daughter got a haircut. I think Bill Oswald got a haircut. We'll just roll with it.
Yeah.
Lou got a haircut.
So it's the haircut episode. No, it's not the haircut episode.
Well,
I just think there was a lot of stuff that happened here.
It is a haircut episode because the last episode was who
shaves the barber. Terrible pun. Terrible. I'm glad it was a time shift because I think it'll pay dividends more than having killed Gus or Molly at episode 8 would really do. Anyone can kill somebody. I'm just saying. I'm not saying
is
it's
this show
an easy
going to your
choice.
head a little bit.
No, I'm just saying it's an easy. It's not an easy choice, but it's a thing you can do and then deal with. Whereas now,
but what if?
Well, we've been going through a long series of very anti-hero stuff going on here, and the nice people, nothing's paid off for them. You know what I mean? Like nothing has ever paid off well for Molly up until time jump. So let's just say before the huge time shift.
Okay.
Nothing's paid off for Molly ever yet. The closest thing before the time shift is she's got a boyfriend who sends her flowers for a jacked up spleen. Gus, nope. I mean, even Bill Oswald, which by the way, Bob Odenkirk, every episode gets better for me.
Yeah, he does. Better and better.
He could easily have made this character just look like a total shithead, or something like really simple where it's just comedic relief or idiot, just that kind of thing. And you kind of care for him a little bit, don't you? I mean, he's making poor choices, but especially in this episode where you just see like a ton of emotion and the kind of guy he is. And I mean, it makes me think about he wants all the best things, and and he obviously likes Lester. If we go back to the previous episode 7, and how bad he wanted to just not believe that Lester was that terrible person to murder his wife.
Yeah, I feel like with Bill Oswald, his job is just another job. He's not like super passionate about it. He does want to be the chief, and then that's just like a check off the list. He's working his way up, but he's not passionate about being a police officer. He just wants to, put in his 8 hours, and after that, not think about it anymore. It's not like a passion for him.
Mm-hmm. You wonder too if even on that same lines, if his character, if you were doing your own like deep thinking about playing that character, did he even want Vern's job? I mean, he took it and rode with it, because everybody gets King of the Hill every once in a while. King of the Heap, I guess, right? But did he really want it? Was he really, like, if Vern was alive, would he have been pecking for that job very hard, or would he just be happy to be the guy who helps organize get-togethers at Lou's later with machine gun cakes?
No, I think he definitely still wants to work his way up. I just don't think there's a passion behind the work itself. Yeah. I think, it's like a Midwestern thing. You kind of just keep putting in your time, paying your dues, work your way up, and you just keep climbing that ladder, and you go home at 5 o'clock.
If no one is murdered in Bemidji.
Even so. You might not go to sleep.
I have to admit, the heat of 22 murders would bring down a lot of news media on Fargo, and I have a hard time thinking about that disappearing in a year without a single person to be blamed or caught. Like think about the DC sniper case. Like how long that just like rained terror on people. Granted, it wasn't one single incident. Nobody's going to cry a river when the crime syndicate leaves Fargo,
Mm-hmm.
But that was a pretty heavy count when I heard that. And Key and Peele got locked in the Pepper and Budge, right? That's their name.
Yep.
Pepper and Budge got locked in the basement. Speaking of storage room B, right? They're down there with no stapler.
They took it away from them, staplers and all.
I think they're going to have a very important role. They're stewing in the basement big time.
They've been stewing for a year. That's a ripe stew.
And Lester, who is just floating on a cloud, who's a total dirtbag now. Not just, he went from like I don't know what comes before dirtbag, but he was that. Douche canoe, is that the word we've used sometimes?
Douche canoe.
And man, the uncomfortableness of when he catches that glimpse of Malvo.
Well, I love his speech for getting Salesman of the Year, and he ends it with, "You gotta have insurance," which is, I think, a little bit ironic because I don't think Lester has insurance. He's been riding high with his confidence on cloud 9, getting away with murder, getting away with anything he wants. But is he insured? I don't think so. He's not Lorne Malvo. This isn't his game. He's playing a game that he is still a rookie in, and I think it's going to come back to haunt him.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there we go.
So what do you have any quick theories on what you think Lauren's up to?
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like he looks so much more refined. Maybe he's just playing a role for somebody he needs to murder, or maybe he created a hole in a world where he could step up and be the boss.
Well, he is the king. He's sitting in that throne there towards the end.
No, not Lester. I'm talking about Lorne.
Oh, Lorne, you said.
Oh, yeah, Lester is in... I saw a little bit of the scene, and over his one shoulder, did you notice over what would be his left shoulder, our right side, there's like a chess piece over there. Like the shape of a chess piece, I think. We'll have to go back and look for tomorrow night.
Yep.
It may not mean anything.
He's most certainly sitting in a throne, though.
Oh, absolutely. And here's... Okay, I'll say one thing about that. And this is why I think... I don't know if we'll see Stavros Milos again.
We don't know, yeah.
I don't know. I feel like he's suffered his losses, and you know, if you think about all this biblical stuff, and I sent you an article to read, and it was pretty good. And if you think about the Bible and all this stuff going on, is that there's, you know, bad things happen to good people, good things happen to bad people at times, and eventually some people seem to get their right, you know, what they've got coming. Stavros put the money back, and he still didn't turn out well for him. But I feel like we may have, if he comes back, it's going to have to be somehow through linking the plagues and the Don Chump and the crickets thing, but I'm not positive how that... I don't know how that will work, because everybody except for Stavros is dead.
Right. Even if that didn't come back, I'm fine with that. I think
Me too, that's what I'm saying. I feel like we've wrapped that up. And
it's wrapped up, it's tied up enough for me to move on. Even the Gina Hess thing, that's tied up. I don't know if she'll be back.
I think you're right on.
I don't think it's that important for any of those characters to be back, or even any part of their storyline. So no. I think it was done nicely. It didn't let me down. And that's kind of really interesting, because we were so invested in them for so long, it seemed like, that now we're ready to move on. It's like a mutual breakup.
It really, to me, if you think about it in terms of maybe removing Kate Walsh or Gina Hess and Stavros Milos, removing him, you remove two people and you clear the way for two more people in, I just forgot their names, Budge and Pepper. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's cleared away the cast, and without having to necessarily destroy them, as in you're dead, shoved in an ice hole, etc. I don't know. Could totally be wrong, but that's the fun of doing this. And I think we went from seeing... here's what I was going to say about that. That scene where we see Stavros sitting in his chair, one of those opening scenes, and he's got the crown on his head, and he's the king, and look what happened to him. Even though he was trying to do the right thing. I mean, technically, he didn't murder anyone. He just found money.
He wasn't even that big of an asshole.
No, I mean, he like had the book. I mean, he and his wife split. Big deal. Money does that to a lot of couples. And he puts it back, like, to like atone for whatever he thinks he's done wrong, and he still gets, you know, because Lauren did not like somehow orchestrate fish falling from the sky to kill Dimitri in the fire hydrant. And I just think you're talking about, he looks like he's sitting in a throne, and I feel like Lester, being the person he is going to get knocked off that really fast.
Yeah, for sure.
So, I don't know. What more can we say than that tonight? Probably not much.
Nope, let's wrap it up.
So, tomorrow morning, though.
Oh, yes.
We're going to be recording another special episode that, I don't know, we'll have to figure it out after we record it. It could be tagged in to our episode 8 recap.
No pun intended.
Very likely it could be its own episode. We are going to be recording with Julianne Emery, who plays Ida Thurman. She has graciously said she will come and chat with us. We're going to record that tomorrow morning. Then we're also going to do our episode 8 recap. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Head over, order something from Tag, get yourself some Fargo swag, grab a beer at Fargo Brewing, and if you're at the tap room, Stapler saves you $1. So
Stapler.
Until tomorrow morning, Sharpie.
Stapler.
We'll see you then.
Okay, we'll see you in the morning.